Alright, and welcome to part 2 of the Beater 1966 Chevelle. Calling it a preservation, not a restoration. And as you can see, since the last time you saw it, it's out of the garage a little bit. I've got tires holding air on it, and it's still filthy. Hopefully by the end of the weekend I'll give it a bath. But I thought I'd take time to recap the project a little bit and let you know which direction it's going. And of course it's spun out of control and heading over the cliff. But you know, it's fun. The car itself is missing the drivetrain, the rear axle's wrong, and all that stuff needs to be replaced. And I've managed to also dig out the 454 that was laying on the floor next to it. I've been scrubbing on it and getting it nice and clean. But as far as it getting rebuilt, this is it. Cam, lifters, timing chain, and really nothing else. But I thought I'd show off some of the parts I got for it, and today's projects. We'll be getting that cam and timing chain in there. I also picked up a fresh oil pump drive shaft. It's got the metal sleeve on it. The cam, you can read those numbers. Fairly healthy. Almost 300 duration and around a ½ inch left. Hydraulic. So I want to get that in today. Been buying parts, which seems to be what I do best when it comes to building cars. Spending money and buying parts. But anyway, we got the carburetor rebuild kit right there. That's for Mike's. Need some carburetor parts, go to Mike's Carburetors. He's got everything. There's the cheapest set of plug wires I could get. Of course I am going to go with the points distributor, and we'll be using a quadrajet on this one. I got the used plugs. I picked up the new clutch kit. It's going to have everything in there I need. So, fresh bolts. Then I've got the fresh motor mounts. I know they're the stock rubber type that'll probably rip in half the first time I really jump on it, but for the money, they'll work for now. Been cleaning up on the intake manifold too. If you remember right, that's a 1968 casting, but it's similar to the 66. And it's going to give me the quadrajet mounting base. Also ran into problems with the oil pan. Now this is an Impala engine. It's a 1974 454 out of a 74 Impala. Runs about 8 to 1 compression ratio. But if you notice, the oil pan's squared off in the front. Well, the Chevelle pans need to have these dimples. So I guess in a roundabout way it saves me from having to clean up that dirty old thing. And it's a good pan. And then I've got the clutch fork. The only thing I'm still waiting on my bell housing to come in. I had one, but it was a 10.5, and I really would rather run the correct 11-inch bell housing. I'm trying to buy everything period correct for this car. So the bell housing will be period correct, and later on I'll be putting a 396 in it. So really nice find here. I found a LS6 454 from a 70 Chevelle. It's a low mass flywheel, so it's going to spool up pretty quick. Looks brand new, like it's never even been used. It looks bolted on, but it doesn't really look used. So I'm excited about that part right there. That's going to be fun. And so like I said, I've been scrubbing on the engine, trying to keep the original orange showing, and I don't really want to paint it. I'm just going to shine it up a little oil juice or something. And finally I also found these. Now I know a lot of guys would rather have headers, and I've got a set of headers, but then again, I want this car to be reliable, and I'm going to drive it like an old man. So here we go. I got the manifolds. They are correct. They're dated 68, but they should work. Of course, the hot rodder in me wants to port out those bosses, but that would kind of eliminate the whole idea behind this car, which has become a project in itself. through my research, I've just decided that instead of trying to build an option car, I want to build a base model. A zero option car, you know, clear windshield, no radio, manual steering, manual brakes, the whole everything. And so I'm working on that. So when it's done, I want to have the same driving feel as a base model original 66 Chevelle would have had. I don't have them out here, but I did also run across the proper 331 gears and a open differential. I've got a 66 housing that I'm going to swap those into, and then there again I will have the standard rear axle. Not really high performance, more like heavy duty. And there's the gasket set, the El Cheapo set, but it has a lot of stuff in it that I need, and definitely paid for itself. Got the spray tack ready to go. And that's about it. Today's project, like I said, is to get that camshaft in, oil things up, start closing it up, and step 2 after that is to get this doghouse off this car and start installing it. So thank you. Look forward to seeing you on the next one.